I'm thinking about buying a house from Amazon. I mean, look at this. A full-on tiny house, off-grid, prefab, expandable, shipped to your door like a blender. What could go wrong? And it's fully customizable, whatever that means. Here's the thing, I don't quite trust the process yet, because when you look at some of these listings, they have very few reviews. And then the reviews they have are very suspicious. They're like written by AI, or some people give it 5 stars and say it's perfect, and they haven't even bought one, they just want one. And I haven't met anybody yet that owns one of these houses. That's why I have more questions. I watched a lot of YouTube videos and I ended up with more questions than answers. But yes, I'm seriously considering buying one of these homes, not as a home, but as a photography studio. I need space. I need a place where I can do all this, and call it midlife crisis. I don't know what you want to call it. I just want to do more with my photography, and I think something like this would be perfect to set up a couple of different sets. If I get it like a 20 by 40, that should be big enough. I gotta measure it out. But like I said, I have more questions than answers. So if you bought one of these houses, or you know somebody that has, please answer. Please let me, help me out a little bit, because I really want to know heating and cooling. How hot do these things get in the summer if it's 100 and 110 degrees out? And then on the flip side, in freezing temperatures, how difficult is it to keep it warm? Like I said, this is not gonna be a house, it's gonna be a studio. So I'm not gonna have water. I just need electricity, maybe a wood stove if that helps. But how hard is it to control the temperature in these metal boxes? The next question, stability. Do they shake when somebody walks, like an RV? So if somebody walks on one side, is it gonna shake on the other end? Because if I have a camera and then I walk from place to place and the video is gonna be choppy, then it doesn't really, that's a no-no right there. Then security. Can you lock it up, or can somebody just kick down the wall? Because these things unfold. So can you just kick the wall in, or is it safe enough to leave your equipment in there? And then there's the electricity question. One of the videos said that they had to get the whole thing rewired because it was built in China and not up to American standards, so somebody had to rewire the whole thing. How about noise and waterproofing? Is it noisy if you have traffic driving by? Are you gonna hear all that? Or waterproof? There's a lady in Australia that said that hers leaked from the beginning. She actually had to put a new roof on it because it leaked so much. Is that common, or is that just something that happened to her with this particular house she bought? The foundation and installation. It seems simple enough, but do you need to have a pad, a foundation, or can you just put it on flat ground? I figured as long as it's flat, it just unfolds and you fold everything in, right? And then how difficult is it to relocate it when you're done with that location? You just fold everything back in and ship it? How about delivery and unloading? There was a video I watched where they delivered it, but the buyer was responsible for unloading it. How does that make any sense? How are you supposed to unload a 40-foot container? And then is shipping really free with Amazon Prime? And how about tariffs? Who pays for that and when? If I'm buying it through Amazon, is the price included there? And that's the other question I have about the price. When you look at the listing and then you read below, it says that the price is not final because you still have to customize it and order exactly what you want, and then that's when you get the price. So is it $10,000 just got you? Or is that really, honestly, I just want open space. If I want any walls, I could build those myself, but I just having a 20 by 40 building, I think would be very convenient to get to work. But anyway, and then the timeline. How long does it take from order to delivery? Are you looking at a few months, or is it really get it by Wednesday? Seriously, I need a little bit of help. I know there was for a while there was a lot of interest in these homes, but I still haven't met anybody that's bought one. Do I need to hire someone from customs to take care of all the shipping and all this stuff? Or literally, does Amazon do that? Having a 20 by 40 place to film, to take pictures, I could really put my money where my mouth is and see if I could pay for this using stock photography. Cool challenge, I think. I could build a fake wall and add some sound panels just to have a dedicated space for YouTube. Let's call this my midlife crisis. I did all the other stupid stuff in my 20s, sports cars and everything else. Now I want to build something. Now, here's some of the red flags, some of the things I noticed. All of these are made in China, shipping from China. It's not like somebody has it here in a dock. So that 5-day shipping, I'm not buying that. Lots of listings changed photos mid-scroll. So they have a beautiful photo on the front, and it's definitely AI edited or enhanced. And then by the time you're getting to the different ones, the layout is totally different. The outside look of the home is completely different. So those posts kind of, I don't trust them that much. And then I also saw multiple listings with looks like it's the same seller, but they're using different names. It's the same company, but they're using, it's like shady marketing. Some of those little sheds, the rent-to-own she sheds or he sheds or whatever they are, the 8 by 12, they're almost $5,000. So to have a 20 by 40 studio for double that, I mean, it's really hard to beat. Once I get some of the answers to these questions, I'll reach out to the seller on WhatsApp, because that's the only way they communicate. They don't do email or anything. But I need to have a little bit more info before I go to the next step. And if it looks like a solid deal, then I'll do a follow-up video just to answer some of these questions. Maybe even a whole series of building it and putting it together. Can one person build a house, or I don't know, whatever. Anyway, if you or anybody you know has bought one of these, please let me know in the comments or email, because I'm really considering something like this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if I can answer this, then there might be a few follow-up videos. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.